So number six, and I've already said it a few times, I think, this video, but we are voice first, which means the skill should be, primarily is maybe a wrong word, but you should be able to navigate the whole experience using just your voice. And what we have with the the Echo Show and the Echo Spot, the screen, we should use what we have available there to complement the experience. But that doesn't mean that the Alexa skill has to rely on these screens, because in the end, don't forget, not all of your users are going to have an Alexa device with a screen on it. Some might just have a dot, some might just have a tap over here, and that's fine. But it's up to you to cater the experience for the user based on what is available to them. So, as an example, I'll show you something that the Berry Bash skill does. So let's say I go to the Berry book over here. So I say, Alexa, open Berry Bash.
Welcome to Berry Bash, the spiciest stop for knowledge about berries.
I'll just skip it. You touch the screen. That's why I keep touching it. It doesn't make noise. If I go to the Berry book,
Select or ask for a berry below for more information.
So I've been shown all of the available stuff that I can choose from. I can use my voice. I can use touch, as I've already shown. But let's say I try this out on a a device that doesn't have a screen. How does that work? So again, it's up to you to make it work. Alexa, open Berry Bash.
Welcome to Berry Bash, the greatest stop for knowledge about berries around. Simply ask me to provide information about berries from the Berry book.
Open the Berry book.
I have a range of berries I can tell you about, including gooseberries, huckleberries, blueberries, elderberries, gojiberries, blackberries, cherries.
That's interesting pronunciation. Point is, we display everything on the screen because we have a screen, and we say stuff vocally with the tap because we don't have a screen. You could send something to the Alexa app as a card or something, but your user might not have their phone on them. It's make use of what you've got. So number 7, again, making use of the screen that we now have available via our multimodal experience, is we want to use the screen not to overwhelm the user. And what do I mean by that? Well, I actually kind of demonstrated it before. So if I say, Alexa, open Berry Bash and show me the list.
Select or ask for a berry below for more info.
Let's go for blackberries.
Here is some information about blackberries.
So you can see here we've got a nice image of the blackberry, and we're displaying a bunch of information about said berry. But you'll notice that Alexa didn't instantly read out everything because we have the screen, right? Your user can read, hopefully, so they can read about the information. But that doesn't necessarily mean they don't want to hear about it either, so you should still provide that option. So I demonstrated it before, but I'll really demonstrate it again. I can just, press read.
The blackberry is an edible fruit produced by many species in the Rubus genus in the Rosaceae family.
You get the idea. And as I said before, you can also select that with your voice, which you should be able to, because we are voice first, in case I've not said that already. Number 8, I suggest you use the available markup to really make some of your templates pop. I mean, you can just stick around with the default text sizes and paragraphs and stuff like that, or you can shake it up a little bit and use some of the different options available. If you're familiar with markup, then you already know some of this stuff. But for example, here's the default sizes, but we scroll down. This is the display interface reference documentation, by the way, so you should look at this. I will link to it. Here, you can make text different sizes based on something or other. You can use inline images. You can make things bold, italic, underlined, etc., etc. In fact, if I go to the Berry Bash, you can see here I've made Berry Bash, the title quite big. It's bold, it's underlined, and then in the text itself, we have the action text. So it's blue by default because it's action text and it's selectable. But I also made it italic just to make it stand out a little bit more. So use markup, make your body templates pop. Number 9, you want to understand and make sure you're using the skills session correctly with the screen in mind. So what do I mean by that? Well, basically, if you're familiar with Alexa skills already and sessions and stuff like that, the session is open when you send back a reprompt, or should end session equals false. So the session is still open, you're still having this conversation. But if the user quits the skill, then you just end the session. So should end session equals true. Pretty straightforward. But then when we talk about a screen, sometimes the user doesn't have to speak to Alexa every time. For example, sometimes you've just requested like a recipe or something, right? Which means she's going to display some information on the screen, and then do you need to follow up with that? Like, does she need confirmation after that? Probably not. There's no need for it. But at the same time, you don't want the session to close either, right? Because if the session closes, the skill quits, and then the recipe, disappears. So what you can do is send back your should end session. Well, actually, no. You can either send back nothing, or you can send back should end session as null, and that will basically keep the session open for about 30 seconds or 40 seconds, something like that. But it won't ping the user for input. Alexa, open Berry Bash.
Game of Berry Buzz.
Open the Berry Book.
Select or ask for a berry below for more information.
So when you open the skill, she finished her spiel about what stuff you can do in the skill, and then the little blue bar came up and she was still listening. So I didn't even need to say Alexa or anything. I just said open the Berry Book. It opened the Berry Book, showing us this list of fruit. But when we then displayed the list, she stopped listening. So I then had the time to let's say to think about which berry I want to learn more about. So yeah, the session remains open. So all further utterances that the device hears are going to go towards my skill. They're going to be passed in as requests, but I wasn't immediately pinged for a response. So yeah, keep that in mind. And number 10, hints. Do not forget about them. So if you have a Echo Show, you'll probably notice it's even doing one right now. You can see here, Alexa, tell me more, in that little text at the bottom. Or now, Alexa, set a chicken timer. Maybe I should do that. That's a hint. So that's basically a little bit of text at the bottom that is suggesting the user try something. And what's great is that's not only available in the core experience, you can make use of those hints in your skill as well. So let's say I actually use the simulator for a bit. I'm going to power through the quiz. So if you want to hear more about the quiz, again, check this other video I made that dives a little bit deeper into this demo, into this template. But yeah, let's say I want to do play Berry Buzz. I'm going to go very quickly now.
Dun, dun, dun. Question 1, please select.
1, 2, 3,
All set.
4.
Also question 5. Well done, that is correct. Answer 5, you got 3 answers correct. Answer it again, otherwise I can teach you about some values. Just see if you prefer. Just let me know.
So a quick tangent I'll quickly say is Alexa said, well done, that is correct. Out of 5, you got 3 answers correct. It doesn't say that on the screen. So we used Alexa's voice to kind of, add a bit of context to the 3 out of 5 correct. Which, by the way, more markup, it's a lot bigger than everything else, just saying. But everything else that was said is available on the screen. So this is kind of what, helping the user, understand how to navigate the skill and stuff like that. But what I actually brought us here for was the hint. So if over here, the user just finished your most exciting quiz, we are suggesting that maybe they go check out the other side of the skill, the book, the dictionary part. So over here, it says, try Alexa, tell me about berries. So if I then, tell me about berries, I'm just using the simulator for now.
Select or ask for a berry below for more information.
So we are taken to the berry book, and maybe your user may not have known to do such a thing if you didn't add your hint there. So hints, Very subtle, very useful. Make use of them. And that's about it. There's just a bunch of useful tips that you should consider when making multimodal experiences for screen capable devices like the Show, the Spot, now the Fire TV Cube. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Yes.